Hello everybody, it's Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I promise I'm making videos. I haven't been posting them because I'm actually kind of doing some editing and building some videos that are a little bit more value, more production value than I have been doing, but that results in like me just posting fewer videos. So here I am. I want to actually talk about bullying and comics. It's funny because really I think what I would call this is professional courtesy in comics, because that's the one thing that I honestly I hear about in comics, but I just don't see. Like I don't I don't see evidence of professional courtesy existing, and I kind of want to get into that. Before I do, check out Downcast for Hunting Ground. It's not live on Indiegogo, but the pre-launch page is, so please do. I'd love to have your support on this book. Fatal is printing. As far as I know, everything's printing. It's like book assembling, and that actually takes the longest. And so binding and all that jazz is going forward. I'm really excited about it. I will be taking off as much time as I possibly can when the book's here so I can get a lot of fulfillment done. It's going to be a massive campaign, the biggest fulfillment I have ever done. So it's going to be a ton of work. But I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to you getting the book. Anyway, do sign up. No, I'm making comics. All right, so your boy Zach posted this, and it's like at some point over the years, I feel like, hasn't he made this video before? He talks about corrupt journalists. You talk about the Bleeding Cools and the CBRs. You could go on and on. The different news sites, comic journalists that hold so much power. What do they do with that power? Well, they do a couple things. One is they try to leverage it to get jobs. So they appeal to somebody's ego somewhere, usually at Marvel and DC, so that they can leverage that into a job writing comics, working in the industry, or they will shame and keep whoever out of the industry they need to in order to again, get some kind of future that is currently not existing for them. They're looking for that future. That is kind of what it comes down to. So this brings me back full circle. I've been kind of thinking about this in a different way, but the term professional courtesy is something I've heard a few times, not solely in the comic book industry. I've actually, I've heard it with police. Like if a police officer happens to pull over another officer for speeding, there's this thing. I don't know if it's spoken or unspoken, but some professional courtesy is extended, and maybe they won't get a ticket. They'll get a warning, like whatever it is. I'm not going to get into all the specific details there, but I know that is absolutely a place where professional courtesy is applied. In other places, that could be, an actor, for example, that looks kind of like another actor. I know that there are a few examples of this. Actors that don't really look the same, but to maybe a casual fan, they know it's the one guy from the one movie. They think it's Samuel L. Jackson, but it's not. It's really like Ray Fishburne or stuff. Like it does. They think it's one guy. So when a fan goes up and says, "Can I have your signature, Matt Damon?" and it's not really Matt Damon, it's Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg smiles, signs an autograph as Matt Damon, has pictures taken, and is so kind because what he's doing is he's holding that other actor's reputation in the palm of his hand, at least to those fans. Even though they're misguided, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They're holding that guy's reputation in his hand for that moment. And so professional courtesy would be, hey, you're going to be nice. You're going to sign autographs. You're going to smile for pictures, like whatever it takes, because it's not about you. You're representing someone else, one other professional in your industry. You've heard it for dentists as well. Like, again, the list goes on and on. For some reason, the comic book industry gets muddied when it comes to that. Professional courtesy could be don't criticize other people's artwork or their books in public. I've heard that for sure, though I have seen way too many examples that go against that I'm like, is that really a professional courtesy in comics? I mean, I just don't see it. I've never seen that actually. I have too many examples to the contrary, I should say. There are probably a lot of people that do, extend professional courtesy, but again, too many examples to the contrary. But I think at the end of the day, the point is that if you have somebody's reputation in your hand, would you destroy their reputation for no reason or for personal reasons? It doesn't really make sense. Like there has to be better ways to this. And the reason I have Flash Thompson on here is because he's a bully, right? That's it. Immediately when I think of a stereotypical bully, that's who I think about is Flash, because that's kind of how he started. But in comics, just like everything, life's complicated and things kind of change. But there's a difference, I think, between bullying from the sense of you're an adolescent and maybe you engage in bullying behavior sometimes, and other times you're a decent kid. You're learning and trying to grow up. Kids bully each other sometimes. I don't think that's a good thing. I'm not in that camp that says it's a great thing and there needs to be more of it. Like, regular societal pressures are one thing, but like, duct taping someone to a pole in their underwear, or whatever, like ridiculing people, or like online endless harassment of high school kids, it's weird. Like, that's not like a good thing for society, and it's weird when I hear people defend that like it is. The thing is, though, that usually adolescents grow out of that phase. Like, you're going to eventually, your brain matures enough that you realize it was these insecurities you had growing up, that the only way that you could deal with them was to lash out. You had to pull somebody else down, push someone else down, and then you'd feel better about yourself. That is called immaturity. When that happens, through adulthood, I think honestly that's where most of it stems from, is insecurities. So I mean, if Flash Thompson, the big, and I'll be 100% transparent. I haven't read all the Flash Thompson is Venom stuff. I've heard that it's good. I have not read it. But my point is, you don't have to be a stereotype. Like, at some point you grow up and you realize, hey, I'm a grown man. I may or may not have insecurities, but how you deal with those insecurities determines how mature you are, right? And so there shouldn't be any of this kind of stuff going on with bullying using the media and so forth. It's kind of crazy to me. Anyway, a little professional courtesy goes a long way. And I've been kind of thinking about, how I do that. And I think a lot of it is, hey, I mean, just know that, like actors, if you're holding somebody's reputation in the palm of your hand, be kind, right? Anyway, check out Downcast Volume 4 Hunting Ground. It is on Indiegogo right now to sign up for the pre-launch page. I really appreciate those of you who have supported me and my comic books over the years. I want to continue making comic books for you. I'm very excited for the future of Downcast, and I mean several other things as well. So please help me out, lend your support. That means that I can continue this story and hopefully make exactly the story that I want to. And it's going to take a few more books to get there. So I appreciate your support. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.